right, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you'd please type the number 1 in the comments section to let me know that you can, so I'm not talking to myself for the next little bit. That would be fantastic. All right, and as we get started here, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. All right, and if you like what you see here, folks, follow along with us, wealthbuildershq.com, on not only YouTube, where you will be notified of our shows coming up. All of these you'll get notifications for, but also you will, if you follow along with some of the other social platforms, you'll see all the other things that we post out there besides YouTube on a regular basis. And there are differences amongst all of our different social platforms. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. So let's start off with the futures. All right, so we've got the ES, Edward Sam, and let's go grab a pen. We got some questions on this yesterday. So this vertical line is the 5 p.m. close last night. On the right side of it, it is the 6 p.m. open, which starts Tuesday. So Monday night is the trading day for Tuesday, right? We opened flat on the ES yesterday. We had a quick little drop, and then we started climbing around 10 p.m., 10:30 or so, and we didn't stop until we got up into the European, right? So I guess a big part of the climb came in from that 2 to 4 a.m., which is the European markets. We had this nice big drop, and we've recovered some, not all, but some, to the tune that we're up about 2 points right now. Now we're up a half point. All right, so we've pulled back a little bit there on the ES down to the 8 moving average. So we're kind of flattish at this point. The Dow is down 9 right now. Really nothing going on. These are very boring days, right? When this type of stuff happens. NQ, we're up 30 points. All right, NASDAQ's the one so far that I'll be looking at. My main stocks I'll be looking at will be on there on NQ today. The RUT, RTY, is down $3.70. Again, nothing to really worry too much about. All right. Bitcoin. Where are we? 38.5 right now on Bitcoin. So we've gotten back up above where we were just a couple of days ago, which is good. So we've had some really nice recovery. I talked about that 30,000 level, that 33,000 level that we were looking for the bounce off of. So that worked out extremely well. Ethereum, really just nice, strong, last 3 days have been great for them on Ethereum. They are up 83 points right now. Then we look at gold. So gold had a good run. I mean, from 11 o'clock last night, it had a great run. It's up 9 points right now. 1805, 1805. We were probably about 4 points higher than we are right now. So nothing crazy. And then crude oil, they just had ExxonMobil on CNBC not long ago, and they threw the question out at him of the potential of oil hitting 100 this year. I don't really think that's an issue. I think oil hits 100 this year, personally, unless something happens where we actually start producing oil. But I saw a story this morning that said Biden gave, I want to say, $1 billion to states to close up unused gas and oil production, right, to fill them in. So I don't know. I have a friend of mine that for a long time bought and sold unused mines or oil wells. And basically what happened was when production got low enough on there that it wasn't worth it per se for the big ExxonMobils, as an example, to draw oil from it, there's other companies that will be happy to pull out 100, 200, 500 barrels a day out of there, where ExxonMobil's like, it's too little for us. We're not interested. And there was big money in that business. So closing all of that up is also going to cut some of those little guys out. It also says we don't have any oil production coming from some of that. So again, I'm not a fan that we're not producing our own. I could see us getting in trouble and having no energy, no oil to fill what we need, especially with this crazed economy we've got right now. All right. So with that, I want to go and take a look at trades from yesterday, guys. So I got to say, we started off yesterday, and as we went through our list of stocks, and I got it here, as we went through our list of stocks yesterday, it was wait, Chevron, we need to get above the 131. ISRG was weight. MPC was weight. It's like, oh my goodness gracious, is there anything to trade? Si, senor. There is, baby. Then we hit Netflix. And I said I wanted Netflix above 400. Let me go and switch over to this one here, right? I wanted Netflix above 400, which is down here. Actually, I'll snap a line at 400. I need one in there anyway, so let's see. Close enough, right? That's about there you go, $400.02. We need about 400, right? And we're looking for either a bull put spread below 400 or a long call. Well, the 413 line is a fib line on, it's actually 414.98 is the fib line. So 413 was the target. You see, it's a green dash line, guys. That's my indication of upside target, profit target. Red dash line would be my stop, right, where I'm getting out of the position. And we rocked. We ran by 9:45. That trade had hit that target. I did not do the spread on it. I'm a Netflix trader, so I'm trading the Netflix itself. The 390 call, we got in at $16 and out at 25. Now here's the kicker, right? You ready for this? Come on. Let's see. NFLX. I'm gonna throw this trade station out the window one day with this option chain lately. So 390s. Look at that. We can't even get it on our list here. So the 390 calls right now is at $38. We got out of 25. Right? We crushed it yesterday. By the way, put your trades in. Let me know the trades that you did yesterday. Drop them in. I want to see what you guys did as well. Right? I'd love to go over those. Right? So we crushed it on Netflix. Right? Woo! Yeah, great day. Great. And that would have been enough had we stopped there. Right? Spotify, SPOT. Here's my pivot points. Here's my R3 green line and my R4. This is just the midpoint. And I said trade Spotify off of pivots. And what happened? Spotify opened up, it pulled back to a pivot, it bounced, and in the first 5 minutes, it moved from 180 to 183.75. So I did not take the trade on it, but it did exactly what I said. Trade off of the pivots. So that was number 2, right? Next one was Tesla. TSLA. All right, Tesla, I did the 785, 790 bull put spread. I got a 50-cent credit on Tesla on that 785, 790. If we flip this over to vertical, I don't need all of them. 20 is good. Maybe not. I can't see them all. So let's go back here. And remember, I was saying I don't think I'm going to get enough premium. I actually need all. I don't think I'm going to get enough premium underneath that 7. What do we say? We wanted it below 790 or pivot to pivot. So I did the 790, 785 bull put spread to 785.90. Right here, right now it's worth 13 cents. We got it at 50, it's worth 13. Right? Was it the biggest profit for us? Oh, heck no. Right? Not at all. If we look at pivots, right? Tesla played wonderful between the R2, which was 828.72, and the R3, which was 897. I just didn't trade it that way. I took it as the spread instead. Disappointed that I didn't take the directional on it. But guys, all 3 of them, great setups yesterday, great entries, great trades. So hopefully you got to take advantage of some. Let's see. Alan said SPY. Skied. All right, there you go, Robert. I mean, Alan, good. Robert was next. So congrats on that, Alan. Robert said Apple calls, Facebook bull put spread, Delta Airline covered call, did okay, should have stayed in. Well, there you go, right? It's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback, Robert, right? So the tough part always comes down to how do we do it during the day. So keep crushing it, man. Just keep pushing it. You're in here every day telling us what you did, folks. Y'all need to take a lesson from that. If there's some trades you did, drop them in. I'd love to talk about them. Love to hear about it. All right. So with that, let's go and take a look at today's candidates. Now, we do not have a lot of candidates on our list today, right? It's just the type of day we had. Yesterday, today's news, it's just not there. But we'll go through, and all of them are weekly options. I've taken the monthlies off. Unless I'm at a point where I don't have anything else to trade, I'm probably not going to put monthlies on there any longer. Evelyn said, paper traded the SPY for calls up 20%. There you go. I love it. 20% in a day. In a day. Right? Fantastic. All right. So let's jump in then. I'm going to open up this chart full screen, and let's go to AMC. Right as we talked about it yesterday. I went over it yesterday in Power Hour. AMC had earnings come out, and it was a mistake when I went over it yesterday. It wasn't what someone was asking me to do. But we reviewed it. It shot from 16 up to 19. It's back down to 1762. Let me go ahead and put this on the other page so I can keep track of it. All right. So if we look at AMC, oh boy, huh? Yowza. All right. Their fib is still good. Actually, it's not. All right, we closed below the 882. Right, which is this black line. We're going to get rid of this for now. Right, which is this black line. We've got a confluence there between the 882 and the 8 moving average. It's in a true bear bias. Their earnings were good. They had great earnings, beat revenue estimates, people going back to the movies. All of it is wonderful. If I'm going to do a trade on this, I'm going to do a naked put. My problem is I'm concerned with the overall bearish bias that the earnings aren't enough, at least until we get above that 1981 into above our 21 moving average. And we're at 1777 right now. So here's what I'm going to look for. I'm going to look for the stock above 20. And the trade setup would be a naked put. Right. And you can also look at a covered call. I mean, if we look at it right now, where it stands, right, the naked put, we'd be looking at a 20 delta. All right. It looks like I need them all. Let's just put them all back. So we're looking at a 20 delta. There we go. That's more better. So we've got 17 and 23, 15, 15 half. You're looking at 30, if you go to the 15 delta, you're looking at 37 cents, right? Now that was before the move, right? If we look at a covered call and said the stock is at 1780, if you bought the stock at 1780, you find that 40 delta is the 18. That's trading at 22 cents right now. So not too bad considering here we are Tuesday, so you've only got a few days left in the week. But I like it. I like the naked put a lot. It's really nice premium on the naked put, but we need to check it out. All right. So next is BNTX. All right. Let's go back here. Pfizer and BNTX are coming out now with they're going to apply for approval this week is when we should see it for the COVID vaccine for the 6-month-olds to 5-year-olds. We're not going to get into my opinions of that, okay? As a stock, as an equity, as a position that has the potential to make profit, they're up $8 in the pre-market on this, right? If we go back and look at the daily chart, we've got enough room to move up to that 189. I would really want to make it a day trade wherever possible. So I want my stock above 166. And then I'm going to look for a bull put spread below that same 166 or a long call as well. Now we're up at 180 right now, so we're kind of in the middle of all this. So again, I don't know what we're going to get for the spread. And if we're sitting in the middle there without a retest of the 166, I would really want to see a pivot point or something like that there. Right? Okay. Yeah, very scary. Say, hey, I agree. Very scary. Not my 6-month-old, that's for sure. Let's see. LLY, Eli. Lily. Pictures of Lily. How many of you know what I meant when I just said pictures of Lily? Where is that from? So Eli Lilly is up 61 cents right now. Brokerage firms are calling them to have a very strong pipeline, drug pipeline. Doesn't necessarily sound really good, right? Ooh, drug pipeline. Is this like a cartel? No, not a cartel. The number of drugs they've got in the pipeline is very strong as far as earnings go, right? As far as earnings go. Was it them, Trip? So based on that, they're not up very much, guys. This is just brokerage firms liking it. I'm going to wait on Lilly. Right? It's from a song. Trip said Beatles. For some reason, I thought it was The Who. I could be wrong, but someone do a quick search on that and let me know. And they may have both sang the song. I don't know, but pictures of Lily, Lily, oh Lily, right? Okay, next is Snapchat. Yes, you don't want to hear me sing. That is not why you came today. If my friend Dale was here, him singing would be wonderful. Not me. So Snapchat right now is up $1.32. They got an upgrade. Don't have a name down next to it, so I don't care who it was. Okay. Trip said it is The Who. Cool, right? It's an okay song. It's not my favorite song by The Who, but that would probably be one of my all-time favorites. Would probably be Pinball Wizard, right? Summertime Blues, but they had a couple people saying that. Who the blank are you? That was interesting. My wife heard that for the very first time we were dating. All right, Snapchat's upgrade, guys. Let's go look at what their daily chart looks like. Not fun. All right, they got earnings coming out in a couple of days, guys. This has to be a day trade today. Right now, Snapchat's at 34. I've only got room up to 36. I could do a, I'm going to write caution next to it. I could do a long call. Stock needs to stay above 32. Right, and I can do a long call with 36 as my resistance, which is the 21 moving average. And again, guys, you got earnings in there, so you got to be ultra cautious with this one. UPS is our next one. Let's go over here. Go to UPS. All right. So they're up $19. It was earnings. They're at $221. Let's go look on the daily chart. So 221. Da-dum. 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 3 standard deviation move in the pre-market. We've got above our zero line there. So this is what I want to see. I want to see a retest of the 220 line on stock. And then I'll be looking for a bull put spread below 220. Now, if you can get it below 210, would be the best, right? Because that'll give me a little bit of cushion in there for us to get back down, right? And we'll have to see what pans out. The nice thing is we've got 250 increments here. So if we look vertical, and if I could find something 210, 207 half. Yesterday, $1.53. I don't know where it's at right now with a $20 move, but yeah, I can't really tell. So, but if we can get 50 cents for this below that, 210, 207 half, I could get very excited about that number. Right? I'm going to put a couple of check marks next to UPS. I like it. W Day is next on our list. Folks, drop your candidates in. Magic Bus. That was a really good song, Trip. You're right. Drop in the candidates of what you want me to look at today. I don't have a whole lot left. I've only got 2, right? So drop in yours, and we'll wrap up with that. So let's see. We said W Day, right? All right. So where is W Day? And what happened? They got an upgrade on W Day. I've got my tracking sheet here from Power Option Plays. We had them down as a bearish bias. Earnings were unconfirmed on February 24th. I had them down as a day trade. Where are we right now? 257. We blew through my two targets already, which were 244 and 249. So we'll look at the daily chart and get new targets on it, but we're up $4 on this upgrade, right? So if we flip back over and we're at 257. So here we are. We're right at, right? So here's what I want. I want the stock above 258, right? In an ideal world, it's a retest the 258 level and a bounce. And at that point, I could look at a bull put spread below. I'm probably going to want to go below 253 or a call, right? Or a long call. Always have liked. We trade them in power option plays. So I like these guys a lot, right? So I will, and you got to keep your eye on earnings. It's a couple weeks away, but we're still good. It's right side of my vertical blue line, which is where my earnings date is. That's the max I want to deal with earnings, right? Last is ExxonMobil, XOM. XOM. All right, so they are up 99 bottles of beer. No, 99 cents. I don't know what's with me today. Earnings on ExxonMobil, right? They beat on one line, but the other line was off, so they're still up $1. So let's see what's going on with them on their daily chart, right? Here we go. Here's another song reference, Skyrockets in Flight, right? From a song called Afternoon Delight, right? Just wow. They blew through the -1 already. Do we even have, I don't think there's a 618 in there, right? So let's go and add a -618 inside of here. Let's pull that puppy out, right? 72. So we've got $4, 72 to 78. We need a Fibit inside of here. Fibits mean, guys, Fibits are when we split a Fibonacci level. There are reasons for it. And here, do this. Where are we? Right here, right? If you go over to, Sean, drop in the link for tradinglikeaboss.com. Guys, if you go over to tradinglikeaboss.com, in the middle here, these are all free trainings, right? In the middle here is a Fibonacci training that I did, which is a 3-part series. It's about an hour long. Every day for the next 3 days, you'll get an email with one of those 3 parts in it, right? So you can watch that part, do some exercises, watch the next one, do the exercises, watch the third one, do the exercises, right? So inside of here, I go over a lot of the components behind Fib. So to get a better understanding of the things that I do here, especially if you're a regular user here, you keep checking it out, you definitely want to make sure you get a look at that, right? And then you can check out the other resources on that page as well if you'd like. But we're going to go ahead and split this level in half. And I tend to say split that puppy in half, but which my wife doesn't like the phrase. All right, so look where we are. I love it. So we're 75.42 is our support. We're at 76.5. 76.5. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for stock to stay above 75.5. Above 75.5. I'm going to be looking for a bull put spread below 75 or a diagonal spread. Right? Diagonal spread is where we go out and we buy an option 120 days or more out in time, and that serves as our proxy for our stock. It's a replacement for the stock. We go and look, we're on vertical, let's go to single. We go and look for a 65 to 85 delta with at least 100 open interest. So we would be, at this point, we would buy the 72.5. And then we come to this week and we look for a 40 delta to rent it out. Probably going to wind up with this 31 delta. So I'm going to sell that option there. I would look to go at the mid price on this. So if you did one contract on this trade, you'd be looking at spending $5.84. You have the right to buy the stock at 72.5, and someone else has the right to take it away from you at 78. So that's $5.50. Guys, you're putting $5.84 into that trade. If it's taken away from you, your maximum risk taken away right now, if it gets taken away this week, is the difference of what you spent, $5.84, and the difference of the two strikes, which is 550. So you've got 34% risk in this trade, and that's if it's going up, right? Keep in mind, if it goes down, there are other risks involved in there, right? This is a big part of what we do inside of Covered Call Explorer, is these types of trades. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at your candidates. All right, I'm going to move this off on the side. And the very first one that E. Lovely put in is BITO. All right, so I am not added to my position. I am still waiting. I really want to see that close above that 8 moving average. And at that point, I'll start to consider dipping in. Keep in mind, now this follows Bitcoin, right? It's Bitcoin futures, though. So there is no actual ownership there. There's no ETF yet that actually owns the coins. That's going to be the true one to really get in. There was such a big hype in the beginning. We definitely have seen some deflation take place on the option prices. And certainly on the equity price itself, on the ETF itself. So, and again, ETF of futures, not of the actual. So I really want to see a close above that. Where are we this morning on BITO with a couple hundred points? We're up. So we're only up 33 cents. So that puts us to 24.5. Yeah, I mean, we're above the 8, but I need to close above, right, for me to consider it. And I'll be adding to my position once I see. I will not add a full portion or my full position size that I normally add to. I will step into it, and my next addition will be as we close above the 21. That'll be the next time I add back to the position, right? I like BITO, just caution on the entry. All right, so I hope, E-Lovely, I hope that helps. E-Lovely also asked for SPY, as did a couple of you, I think. So SPY, just rocking and rolling. I'm going to get rid of this thing on my option chain so I could see more strike prices. There we go. Let's go here, go to SPY. All right, we're up 51 cents. All right, so we're at 450.5 right now. So where are we? We're just north of that 450.37, the 50 percentile line, right at that point. So I really, guys, I want to see us get above that 452 because that's your resistance right now, is your 21 moving average, that green line. If we can get through there and get some strength, and we just don't have strength this morning, right? When we're looking at SPY, we're up 5 points on the ES. We're up 31 points on the Dow, a little bit stronger on the NASDAQ, 44 right now, 45. Right, so we don't have a lot of strength in there. So real caution on SPY. I'm all about it for day trades. If you could find some good pivot points, yes, absolutely trade off those pivots. But be cautious on SPY. Unless you're Amelia, who's our head trader here at Wealth Builders. She crushes it on a daily basis with SPY, with spreads. She does credit spreads, debit spreads, some directional trades. It all depends the setup. She does amazing. So I like it. Just caution on where the entries are. Sean said, I love W Day. Wish their spreads weren't so large. I know. I hear you, Sean. They are definitely, that is definitely an issue with them. CVX, which is Chevron. Another one like Exxon. Exxon had good earnings. I guess Chevron's were yesterday. I didn't see it. Well, I need to confirm it, but they're right there. If earnings are not an issue, I love Chevron. I mean, it's got great opportunity to the upside. 137 is where I'd be looking for sure, Chris, as my first target in there, filling in that gap, right? We had a gap up, which was an exhaustion gap. Then we had this gap down. So that gap came, right into a moving average. If I can get the bounce, get the rock on, I can get excited about it. Let me put a fib in here. I just don't know if it's going to help me any. Chevron's not one I really trade much. Okay. I mean, there you go. A 133.5 is the first resistance, which I'm good with. I still think we can make it back up near that 137 again. Energy is doing well. And like it or not, a war in Russia will cause oil prices to spike, right? Because they're such a big producer. So, and then again, I say it that way, and yes, it could, but the other side of the coin is Putin could flood the market with cheap oil as well. just as he's done in the past, just as Russia has done in the past with steel, where they just do dumping. Even with the antitrust laws, they didn't care. Dumped it in there, took the penalties, and got rid of their steel. I know I used to buy it, a lot of it. Tens of millions of pounds a year, hundreds of millions of pounds a year of steel we bought. So there we have it on CVX. I hope that helps, Chris. Kevin said, on W Day, are you thinking about a long call? Let's see, what did I write down there? Yes, or I wrote down or a call. So absolutely. And that's because, Kevin, they're on our power option plays list. So I'm very intimately familiar with W Day, right? One of our coaches, Ryan Litchfield, talks about building a dossier on your stocks, right? I know W Day inside and out, right? How they trade, how they move. You know, I look at it and go, this is what's going to happen next. And I got a pretty good high percentage of what it does just because I know that company inside and out. So I have no problem going with directional trades on them. Let's see. You're welcome, E-Lovely. Robert asked for the Qs. Q. Where are we pre-market? We're going to be up a little bit for sure. In the pre-market, let's see. Come on, option change over 365 and 364 half. Right, so we stayed above here. We're kind of in the middle of this right now, Robert, on the Qs. I'd want to look at pivot points to take anything on this. This would be an Amelia 13 contract short trade, in and out, quick. You know, her 5-10 minute type trade. Yesterday on SPY, what did she pull in? $1,500 in 10 minutes or so on SPY. Same type of setup on the Qs. Tripp's asking for itty bitty machine. All right, so you got IBM. Ooh, if this is up this morning, Trip, just a little bit. That's up 12 cents. That's not as, I'd like it a little bit more than that. But lower highs, lower lows, that's part of my fears in there. But we are sitting at a key level with a confluence of the 8. So as long as we could stay above that 133, Trip, I like it, right? I'd like to get a little bit of legs behind it before doing anything. A spread below the 133, you could look at a long position to the 138, 137 3/4 would work fine, right? Hope that helps. Peloton, Debbie's asking for. So many of you that are in here were in last night's one trade away challenge. So, all right. They got earnings coming up in a couple of days, Debbie. It hasn't been good. There was a story about them today that they had already predicted sales being down this year with as big of the sales were with from COVID, right? Yeah, no kidding. I predicted that as soon as it happened. You can't get all these people buying and then think you got people that are going to buy non-consumables. It's not toilet paper, right? Even though they bought 75,000 rolls of toilet paper, the average person, what was it? Walmart sold enough toilet paper that the average person in the U.S. had 5 times what they would normally need. 5 times. And that was just Walmart sales. All right. So sooner or later, you're going to run out of toilet paper. You're going to buy it again. You're not running out of a Peloton to buy it again. Right. And you're not going to go you bought the bike. Now you're going to buy their treadmill or their stepper or whatever else they sell. So Debbie, I like downside movement on them, regardless of where they're at right now. 23.32 is my first downside target. Joan's asking for CVS. Hope that helps, Debbie. Joan, I like CVS. Earnings, it looks like they're coming up. I like CVS as a bounce off that 105. And let's just see. All right, so 105, 110.6, 4. I need to split this level in half, Joan. So if we go ahead and put a Fibit in here. Again, folks, pick up that free training to learn more about this. So not sure where they are right now, but 108 and then 111 are our 2 upside targets. So you got some room for it for sure. Last, Kevin said, can we look at UPST? Hope it helped, Joan. Right? Upstart Holdings. All right. I mean, they've given everything back. I probably need to look at a place to redraw fibs on here. We've had 100% retracement back in there. Yeah, let's draw from. That's all sideways. We're going to draw from here. Sideways, sideways. That's probably our first reversal right there. All right, that's definitely the wrong way to move a fib. So I would not take an upside move on it at all, Kevin. I'd only be looking for the downside. I'd only going for the downside. And 58 is definitely not our target. We need to split that level in half, so we're going to put a -5 in there. So we're looking at 83 and then 58 as our downside targets. All right, real quick, and then I got to go, guys. It's already getting late. Neo. Andres asked on Neo. So bearish move on Neos for sure. 23 and 19. If you're trying to play the upside, 27 is your resistance. I shouldn't be blurry, Alan. I'm okay. I'm still here, right? All right, guys, there we have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, and I will see you mañana at our next one. Bye for now.